Hi everybody, it's Dara, and it's dinner time. It's late. I'm either going to do something very normal or something very highly unorthodox with Indian spices. For a long time, I have been thinking of making, because I love Indian food. I love the spices. I love the tadka. And tadka basically is like what you do to heat up and bloom the spices. Hey, Gary. So nice to see you. So basically, tadka is like a fat, a spice, and a heat. And then you can use it in dal, you can use it with veggies, potato dishes. And I was like, why not have a tadka, that hot, spicy sauce, on raw vegetables? So I would have a raw fusion. Indian style. So I've cut up veggies. This is my raw dish, basically cabbage, some yellow squash, some carrots, some chopped up kale, cauliflower. This will be a veggie medley. And then I'm going to do the crazy thing, which is move the veggies aside and make the tadka with, you can use ground spices. I have some seeds, which I'm going to grind up. And it calls for a fat. You can use mustard seed oil. You can use, I would prefer coconut oil or ghee. And I have coconut oil here. Hey, Patty. I'm good, you guys. I know I haven't shown up in a little bit. So what this requires is a pan. And you're going to heat up the coconut oil or the ghee. And then I'm going to grind up some spices. You can use powdered spices. You just cook them way less. And then this tadka is going to have onions, garlic powder, all of the beautiful spices, and maybe some chopped tomato. And then I'll serve that over my raw food. And I'm going to make this a little bit more in depth and explain more about the different spices at a different time. But it's late here and I'm hungry. And for some reason, I was like, make the video, even though you don't exactly know what you're doing, just do it. And maybe somebody here needed to see me and I needed to see you guys. So we're going to use coriander seeds. You could use coriander powder. Seeds are usually fresher to keep. You know, powder you don't know how old it is when you've gotten it, and then it goes old pretty quickly. So if you want to stay, I don't know if that's too loud for you. I could have done this. Hi, Isabella. Hi, John. So yeah, this could be really loud for you guys. Is this loud? I'm going to keep it away from my mic. So we're going to put in coriander, some cumin seeds, and some cinnamon. You can use bark. You can use powdered. I'm going to use turmeric powder. I could also use fresh turmeric and just slice it or grate it, and that's a really beautiful thing to do with fresh turmeric. It's not too loud. And I'm going to use a little bit of black cumin for fun. It's fancy. And the turmeric, and I'll add the garlic powder. Since they're powders, I'll add them later. There's one other powder that I wanted, cardamom. Because my cardamom pods could not be found or are no longer, I will use powder. So the powder is going to be the garlic, the cardamom, and the cinnamon, and then the hing, H-I-N-G, also known as asafoetida, and it adds like a garlicky, oniony kind of flavor. And hing's really good if you're serving beans because it reduces the amount of gas that's created by eating beans. So this is like special and magical, which I have found most Indian spices, they're just medicine, and they happen to be really good tasting medicine. Roller girl. Okay, good. I'm just kind of grinding and then smelling and then sometimes when I make the tadka, I add a little bit of lemon juice. I add just a little squeeze of honey for flavor balancing. And then I have this beautiful oniony sauce to put with dal, with beans. You know, you can make lentils, dal, rice, and tadka, but I'm doing the unorthodox move of making this a raw fusion dish using the Indian spices that I love and making an Indian tadka. which is like a sauce. It's not really a sauce. It's like a layer of flavor. That's how you can think of it. So I'll have the cooked. I'm going to chop the onion. I'll have the cooked flavor. Let me get a bowl to put this. Yes. Here's a bowl. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to put the veggies beautifully. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. I don't know. And I also thought it's really good to be in the practice of making videos because you always have to set up and you want to be in the rhythm of doing the thing that you want to do, because if you stop doing it, it takes more effort to get back into it. Kind of like working out, you know? You just got to like show up, and some days are going to be better than others. But this is going to be, if nothing else, it's going to be raw and colorful and beautiful. You heard about dal just today. So dal is lentils and tadka. So we're going to make the tadka part. And there's so much to read about it and so many experts on Indian cuisine. I'm not an expert. I just love the spices and I love the flavors. So I do my thing. This is DARA'S thing. This is not traditional in any sense. However, we're just going to we're going to do it. So now we have these ground up spices. Give it a little more. And the smell, and it just feels so good to grind. Mortar and pestle. Hi, Crystal, in Las Vegas. I'm glad you like my food videos, Kate, because that's why I'm showing up. Because the food, you know, I was thinking today, I'm like, there's so many differences of opinion in the world about this and that, but everybody needs to eat. And there's so many different opinions in the world of food, but everybody needs to eat more vegetables. So we're on point here. So, okay, we're going to cut the onions and the tomato. And that's going to be I can't believe I don't have fresh garlic. I keep forgetting it. And my garlic was sitting out on the counter so long that when I went to touch it, it felt like it was air inside. So we are hanging out. If nothing else, this is colorful. We're going to get all these different bionutrients. The deeper the color of the food, the more nutrients. Colorful food has different properties. You know, you want to get different colors. You want to switch up your greens, not always have spinach or not always have kale. I've been having beet greens, and I've been having, I want to get mustard greens. That's something that's on my radar. Oh, this is pretty. You know, if you make soups, you can use scraps for soups. This is so good already. I'm glad I'm doing this. I was like, really, Dara? It's so late. I want to go do stuff and relax and take a bath. But I was like, nope, we're going to hang out because I want to see you guys. So my sweater, my daughter got this for me. It's like a vintage sweatshirt, and she saw it and she thought, my mom has to have this. And I wear it every Saturday. It's like a ritual. So we're going to make dal. We're going to make more Indian food and Moroccan food, because right now I have always wanted to go to Morocco. I've never been. As far as astrogeography goes, it's a good place for me with Jupiter line, Jupiter midheaven, and I want to go. So let me go put some coconut oil in the pan. I'll show you my pan. This is from a place, it's called Our Place, and it's got a steamer insert and a wooden spoon that hooks on the edge, and it's my newest pan, and it's really great. So this is a good, I'm coming back, a couple tablespoons. You need the fat. So what you do, there's an order to things, right? You want to put the seeds, so you're kind of toasting and coaxing the flavor out of the seeds, out of the spices. That's the idea of the tadka. And so cute. And then we are going to add the onions, and if you had fresh garlic or you were doing fresh turmeric, that goes next. Then, no, the hing goes before. I always forget the order. Yeah, the hing goes, it could go after the onions, I think. That's fine. There's an order to things. You just don't want to burn the spices. That's the thing. So medium or medium to low heat. and we want that oil to be hot. I have a sprig of cilantro for the top. You could do some kind of vegan sour cream, a coconut yogurt with it, and you can get all kinds of fancy, and we'll get all kinds of experimental. This is very experimental for sure. This is raw fusion, Indian modified. It's like it's like Maverick style Indian food. You know, I love eating Indian food at restaurants, but oftentimes they're cooking in oils that turn into long chain fatty acids. They're kind of like artery clogging. Like, you want it to be cooked in clean, organic, cold pressed coconut oil, or good ghee, I guess, if you want ghee. But sometimes they're cooking in not the best oils, or sometimes even there's food coloring added to the food. And so you don't always know exactly what's in it. Plus, I find that the vegetables, for good reason, in Indian cooking tend to be overcooked. They're like cooked. And when I steam my vegetables, they're like al dente. And one of the reasons I imagine that they cook the food is because in India, they want to make sure there's no parasites and there's no germs, or, so it's years and years of cooking a certain way. I was doing a session, a guidance session for someone today, and we were talking about how her doctor recommended her spleen, she has a lot of dampness. And one of the reasons I was able to be a raw foodist for 10 years is because I had Chinese herbal tonics throughout the day. And the hot tonics warmed my spleen. And the video, if you Dean Thomas, who wrote books on Chinese herbs, he's a master Chinese herbalist, he said I was doing it perfectly because he said I was fully balanced, everything was fine, my spleen was fine. And basically, even with that cold, I never ate cold food, always room temperature, but even with the damp, well, because of all the hot tonics with Chinese herbs. And he said, in this day and age, we need the raw foods to detoxify our bodies from things that were not present in the times when Ayurveda or Chinese herbalism thousands of years ago. He says we should take the wisdom and the herbs and put forward to help ourselves keep our spleens, have enough digestive fire. So if you're interested, there's a beautiful video with Romania on this channel from probably 7 years ago. Patty, my Airbnb. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Gary. I have this very, very hot pepper, and I want just a little slice of it. I don't know where the other slice went to, which is kind of scary. It probably went in. It's lost somewhere, which means it's going to end up in the food. My Airbnbs are, this is going to splatter. Nope, we're good. Funnily enough, the city made a rule, Los Angeles made a rule that rent control units could not be short-term rental. So Airbnb had to change the rules in my town of Los Angeles, of Venice Beach, and it could only be 29 days or longer rentals. And I thought, oh, that's going to stop business. But actually, I have had lovely women staying downstairs. I have 2 guests for months at a time. So all is well here at Casa Dara. People are traveling. Are they traveling here? I think they're landing here. It's a good place to land because you're by the beach. Hi, Holly Marie. You're about to go lay down, and here I am. Mushroom, Gary, and spices. So let's add, I don't know what happened to that spice, but if I add a teeny little bit. So now we have the onions going. I'm going to do the garlic powder. Nope, the powders are going to go after the seeds because these, oh, I made a mistake. I was supposed to put the seeds, to pop the seeds, but it's still going to work. But the seeds should have gone before the onions, just so you know. It's late and we're all good. They're still going to coast. I'm going to put the onions to one side of the big pan and all will be well. So they only need a couple minutes to really pop. Mustard seeds are really good in here too. So we're toasting. All is well. I just separated the pan. The onions are on one side. Mustard seeds are really great too. Let's see if I have any. You want to pop the seeds. You want them to be toasted but not burnt. So you have to mind your stove. We'll do this for real. I'm just checking out to see if I even like this on the raw veggies, if it works, which I don't see why not. I don't know where my mustard seeds are, and I know I have an enormous amount of, well, I have mustard. Well, let's do some. So we're going to do the powders. LA is, I would say where I live feels like LA. I'm by the beach, and so it feels very, very different than West Hollywood. All the areas are so different. So you have to pick somewhere that speaks to you. All right, it's looking good. Put in some cinnamon. You know what? We need the turmeric powder, some garlic. Thank you guys for your patience over there. We'll put in some mustard, some cardamom powder. You know me, I make things up. Like, I get the idea of something and then I just really make it up. It's like play for me. By all means, don't use the seeds if you don't want. I think they need a certain amount of time of cooking. The heat is going in. Just these little pieces of this pepper is so hot. How do I test it? I just cut it and put a little bit to my tongue, and I see. Okay, so we have some heat going in. My biggest concern right now is the coriander seed shells. Are they going to break down? Are they going to soften enough? They need enough time to soften. Okay, so then we have a little tomato. We're just going to wing it, Dara style. But I'm reading on different tadkas. I'm reading, learning the science a little bit about the spices and when and how. So we'll get more. But this is a perfect example. Like, don't shy away from doing something so different from how you grew up or so different from your culture or what you're used to, because it's fun to be adventurous, especially now when we can't actually hop on airplanes. I've been going to like India with my food, and I'm even going to do Jamaica. I bought jackfruit and Jamaican spices so we can kind of travel together. Oh, ghee is clarified butter. I'm sorry. Yes, so it's not vegan, but it's amazing. Oh yeah, this is gorgeous, you guys. I wish I could pop the camera off and show you. I cannot. If I had a proper cooking show, you would be like almost smelling this through the screen. Okay, we'll let it up turmeric. That's what we need. And then, yeah, we're good. All is out of order, but all is well. Just like life right now. It's all out of order. But we just focus on the simple things, you guys. Just good smelling, beautiful food. And I think I love fire. That's why I love to saute. Like, I'll make a big salad and then I'll saute in coconut oil, shiitake mushrooms with garlic and sage. So I just have that cooked crispy thing on the plate. Or I'll saute onions and garlic and put that with raw vegetables. I could add a little lemon. Why not? A little citrus. Just a teeny bit. And you know we need salt. That is something we definitely need. And I feel like I almost didn't make the video because I was like, yeah, is everything like in order? What's going on? Okay, it's salted. If you guys are so cool, and you know this channel isn't about highly editing or faking it, it's the real stuff. Like, I did a wrong order of things, and it's still going to be, oh my God, you guys, this is gorgeous. I'll show you a little spoonful. It looks heavenly. And I'm going to put it back in. Doesn't it look good? Can you just strip it on my computer? I mean, I would probably, no, the kale is chopped very fine. The smaller the raw food, the better. You could almost pulse this in a food processor. I was going to do that, but I didn't feel like pulling it out. This is so spicy. I could add a little coconut milk to mellow it out. That hot pepper went wild, but I think over all of these veggies, which have a lot of water, it will be fine. Rob K, I saw your emails. I'm going in to look at them. My neighbor came over and we made ice cream, frozen blueberries, blackberries, and coconut milk in the food processor. Wow. So everything just frozen. Wow. Was your coconut milk chilled in the refrigerator? Did you only use the fat part of the can? Do tell. All right. So yeah, this is great. I feel like it's like done. I don't need to overcook. Watch this. Are you guys ready? I did it. I'm proud of myself. I was like a little bit like, is this gonna work? This is for 2. So I'll probably eat a little bit and guess what? You know what about this? I have some really good news. The really good news about this dish is that this could all be mixed together. You take a little portion, and then tomorrow I could just put it in that same pan with a little bit of water. Just reheat it, teeny bit of water, but maybe not even. Reheat it so it all goes together. So this is like 2 meals, but I'm going to take a bite. I'll get a little carrot, and I think it'll be nice when it's melded together. But I want to take a picture for Instagram, so I'm not going to mix it all together, but I am going to take a little mini bite. Yay, we did it. Really out of order, really unorthodox, but really fun. And I think the heat will like kind of break down the kale. So we have a little cauliflower. We'll make the perfect bite. A little carrot. And a little tomato. This is going to be a big bite. It needs a little onion. This is only for purposes of, I don't want to mix it at the moment. Coconut milk. So Rob, pulse the frozen berries and add coconut milk. So you know how coconut milk comes in cans, and if you want to make a whipped cream, you don't use the liquid. You let it separate, you chill it, and the fat, the thick, rich fat content is at the top. So when you're whipping coconut milk or coconut, it makes a cream and it fluffs up. So I was wondering if you just use the top part or you use the whole can. Oh my God. It's a winner. Inner peace. Oh my gosh. Today's session, guidance session with someone, I do where to be and what to do sessions. North nodes for what to do. I have courses, you can do it yourself. Astrogeography, I have a course you can do yourself. Anyway, today was about purging. I think the coriander seeds were, yeah, I would probably do something else. I feel the seeds, they're not going to turn me away, but they're not, I would use coriander powder until we sort out how long you have to cook the seeds, but it's not going to hurt anybody. And my plate is making you hungry. I'm so glad. That's the idea. So bon appetit. I love you guys. We're going to come back and do more of this next time with the seeds in a different manner. Maybe I just grind them up, but all is well. I'm happy. I'm eating this. Today I made the most gorgeous tonic. It's on Instagram. Please join me, Dara Dubonnet. And the tonic was just to get inspired, you guys, because there's an Indian theme going on. It's where I have Venus rising, so I feel love every time I eat something Indian, watch an Indian food program, an Indian anything, I learn about the culture. Hey, Sigal. Hi, Beatrice. So basically, I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? The tonic. So I did hot water, hot almond milk. I used something called Good Milk. It's like an almond powder. I added it to water and I frothed it in my Capresso frother. So a hot milk, use a hot milk, and turmeric, honey, black pepper. I used some Now Alchemy products, Shilajit for grounding. You could put in any of your tonic herbs you want, and then a pinch of salt and black pepper on the top. So it was like creamy and spicy and so delicious. So more will come from me to you and with you. Big hugs. Vegan butter chicken. Wow, that sounds really good. Feel free to post that idea in the comments. Subscription-based, free or no. I'm not sure if you're talking about the North Node videos I did. They're each video. You can look up what your North Node is and buy that video separately, not the whole package. You can get the whole package. And if you're a practitioner or helping others in any way, you're going to want to know people's North Nodes because it literally describes their Dharma. It literally describes who you came here to be. And then the house placement of the North Node, I show you how to look that up, and then you can get that video. It's on my website, DARA'S. So yes, thank you for reminding me to take a picture. Where's my phone? So I need to take a picture right now, and it's gonna have, oh, there, we'll take us. That's funny. So I'll take a proper picture. So yes, so join me on Instagram, Dara Dubonnet, where I do a lot of stories over there. You can see me throughout the day. Today I danced on the beach. So I love you guys so, so much. I'm so thankful that we get to have this time. It means so much to me, really and truly. Big hugs, and let's do something tomorrow. How about that?